so it was just constantly trying to. I spent 10 years married to this guy, and
Now wait a minute.
the problem with his drinking did not
How much
get any
physical
better.
time did you actually spend over the 10 years?
Well, I would leave him all the time. I would go home. I was trying to get to the point where I would be able to leave him permanently and make a living for our 2 children. I didn't know when I would be able to do that. And then my father's drinking, he remained a drinker till I was like 15 years old, and then he started shutting it down, and he quit drinking for the most part. But he was still an alcoholic because he would get drunk every now and then and just raise all kinds of hell. It was a big crisis. So he was never not an alcoholic. He just cut it way back, which was a godsend to the family. It helped a lot. But my sister, younger than me, she married a cousin to my husband. He was a bad alcoholic, so we were both contending with alcoholism. And but anyway, the society that I was raised in, the guys that I related to the most were like my father, of course. They were drinkers. And they were, the churchmen were more rare than you would actually think. Mm-hmm. In my hometown, where there was more cattlemen, there were more outdoor people, and a lot of these cowboys, they were drinkers, and there were a few of them that would turn to the church, and they were good Mormons. But I would say that
were you bad Mormons?
There really wasn't any.
Were you bad Mormons?
Hardly any. Yeah, well, they were active Mormons. So I would say that the problems of alcoholism were harder to deal with in this society because there was so much denial. The church was like, they deal very well with alcohol. They have the word of wisdom. You're not supposed to do it. But what they didn't admit or discuss was how many were still doing it, and how many of our fathers and the sons and the brothers were tampering with alcohol, becoming alcoholics. And the Mormon society was just denying this, and they were not struggling with this. They were not struggling with this. Denial that you've got a problem is the very worst way to deal with the problem. As far as I'm concerned. I mean, because I was growing up, I couldn't even talk to anybody about my father's drinking. Not anybody. Because it was like I don't know, it was just taboo, you just didn't talk about this problem. So my thinking was always suppressed, and I didn't really think that I could unleash it. And I could actually talk as strong as I was capable of talking, and think as hard as I was capable of thinking that. From what I had learned from dealing with alcoholics.
Obviously, you haven't learned that much, have you?
Yeah, well, I'm still dealing with him. I mean, he's an alcoholic, and you might think that this...
Yeah, but I'm not really that proud of it, I mean...
Yeah, and you might think that I haven't learned my lesson. Well, I'm just telling you, I could be by myself. If we have so many alcoholics in this society that you're going to be alone if you don't deal with an alcoholic. I mean, you want to be all by yourself year after year after year, fine. I don't drink. I don't give them that problem. When they get me, they get sobriety. But I don't get sobriety when I get them. All the men that I've dealt with, they gave me their alcoholism as a gift along with themselves. A beautiful gift. Well, take me or leave me. I'm gonna drink. Oh, it's like the last one I had, he told me, he said, well, I'm never gonna stop drinking. I like to drink, and I'm gonna drink. And so I said, okay,
is that go ahead then. Guy?
Yes.
The shoebox guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very last one before you. in my search. I've been without
the one that was in your apartment
yes,
in the
without
shoebox.
a partner for 10 years. I didn't
Remember I told
bring
you
it into
it's
my
either
home.
me or the shoebox. One of us is
My
gotta
last
go,
two
right?
kids, I didn't want those kids to be exposed to drinking like the first two boys had, because the first two boys got into drinking. So I didn't want the last two, my daughter and my son, to be exposed to drinking the way the first two had, because they were exposed to my first husband and his alcoholism, and to my father, and they just grew up around a lot of drinking. Well, I didn't want my last kids to even contend with anybody in the home that was drinking. So I was very lonely, but I did not live with alcoholics during the period of time when my last two were growing
Yeah,
up.
but you used to hang around them. If
And
you
I
remember
think-
correctly, we did some plays about the people that.
Well, yes, I would. I would.
If anybody wants to see this on YouTube, they're
yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
These people.
Every once
I
in a
played the
while.
parts and they scared me just playing the parts. That's how bad it
Well,
was.
alcoholism is scary. You don't even realize how scary you are.
Are you kidding me?
You don't know.
I let you come in my apartment. That's
Yeah.
scary every day. That scares the
Yeah.
heck out of me.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen such a, he's one of the worst alcoholics that I've ever had anything to do with, because he gets up in the morning and he drinks all day long. Now, he doesn't think
No, I
this
don't
is
drink
bad.
all day long.
Oh, yes,
I take a nap.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he takes a nap. See, he thinks it's funny. He has a very bad attitude toward alcoholism. He has got a flippant, just extremely bad attitude, so I don't even know how he could ever quit, because his attitude about drinking is so bad.
But I thought you were going to tell everybody how you were going to unleash your intellectual capacity.
Well, I am. I'm going to unleash my
destroy
intellectual
everybody.
capacity. Well, it won't do. Yeah, it will. In the long run, they'll probably come after you. You see, I'm going to unleash my full capacity of thinking about this.
It's scary.
Not on
right there.
him. Not on him, because I've done it, all the talking to him that I could possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to do it more in my blog. I'm going to do it more in my videos. I'm going to just really come out. Instead of holding back, I'm going to come out with the full force of my
I know.
thinking
I know.
and my personality.
Now that's
What
scary.
I'm capable
It's
of.
scary right there. I mean,
Yeah. Well, you do well to be scared, because I've been
I
holding
am.
back. I've been holding back. I have not really unleashed the full force of my personality in this direction.
but it's coming.
It's coming. Yes. Yes, it's coming. So instead of, you'll just see it intensify. Instead of see, what I did for years when I was growing up in this repressive society was I would put all my thinking, I would write it all down, then I would throw it away, because there was no place to take it. I couldn't talk to people.
Does that explain that big file cabinet in your apartment?
Yes.
Get
And,
your
I
kid
just
in
put it
and
in the
say,
closet.
Hey, Mom,
I
dump it
would
in the
say-
file cabinet.
Well,
right?
but now, see, I'm going to put it into my blog. The full force of it.
Whew. Good thing I don't read your
So
blog.
he don't read my blog. You're going to
I can't
see
read.
this.
I could read
The
reading,
full,
but I can't read writing.
see, I've held back. I haven't really, I would, a lot of what I was thinking, I was still
You good for another 10,
divert
aren't
it.
you?
I would send it in emails to
You
my
good for another
sister.
10, aren't you?
She'd just read it, put it aside.
You good for another
she
10?
She wouldn't do anything with it. And she wouldn't even have time to do anything with it.
Don't name any names here
So-
because